Welcome to the Biscuits and Blurays Podcast, where we watch Blu-rays.
Do we?
Yes. And the biscuit drink the blue liquid stuff.
These get worse.
It fall through the coffee table. That's what happened to the biscuit.
They get worse.
They're all related to the film we do, so I apologise. And I make them up, I don't know if you could tell, just now.
Not impressed.
I'm your host, James, co-host Jade. Hello. But we are doing our first of our guest spots for this season. We like having guests on. It's so much fun.
It is so much fun.
So the first one is Athie from Unknown Pleasures.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Before we talk about the film you've chosen, I think people know what film Athie has chosen.
Yes.
They've clicked the episode. Great. But yeah, just tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, are you a big film buff?
Oh, yes. I've been obsessed with films since I can remember, really.
Mhm.
I remember Friday nights in the 90s going to the video shop and you could only pick 2 films. So I spent like an hour and a half trying to pick films. And yeah, it's always been like, that way of daydreaming. And yeah, I love it.
If you were in a blockbuster like this Friday, for instance, what would you pick? What sort of movie would you choose?
Oh, this Friday, probably Mad Max.
Yeah, keep it. Okay, so this is new to us on the podcast because we thought, okay, let's get the guests talking about what sort of films they like. So Athie, if it's okay with you, would you talk us through your top 4 of your Letterboxd profile?
Okay, let me check because I change it all the time.
I don't remember the last time I changed mine.
Late Night with the Devil's there.
Late Night with the Devil.
Yeah.
Yours probably be like 4 times Late Night with the Devil.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What would yours be? What was on yours? Is it Dirty Dancing?
Dirty Dancing's on there. It's got a banging soundtrack.
When was the last time you watched Dirty Dancing?
Tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
So I have The Lighthouse, 2019, Robert Eggers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm obsessed with that film. That film changed me. I was in a moment that, I wasn't sure if I was going to keep working on films and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw The Lighthouse and it reminded me why I love film so much.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was intense.
That is a great choice. Are you a fan of The Lighthouse?
I think The Witch is better. We have this fight all the time about this.
No.
Because you've got a little lighthouse, haven't you, on your jacket?
I do, yeah.
I got a tattoo and everything of The Lighthouse.
But The Lighthouse?
Oh,
Yeah.
dedication,
Okay.
I like it.
But The Witch was a good jumping off point, so I see why you like that one.
Yeah.
No Northman fans among us then.
I love the Northman.
I do like The Northman, yeah. You've not watched it yet.
It's very different. Like you can't really compare them.
Okay. Are you looking forward to Nosferatu?
Oh yes, I'm big fan of Robert Eggers. I've been following him since the beginning, and I just love all the references that he does to, 1920s kind of cinema, Faust, or the Murnau films.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it.
Excellent. What's number 2 for you?
I recently watched Poor Things again.
Mm-hmm.
We like
Poor
Poor
Things,
Things,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Yorgos Lanthimos as well. He's really twisted and has the dark humor, and yeah, love him. I really enjoyed Dogtooth as well. I think it was one of his first films, and yeah.
I think the only films I've seen of his is like The Favourite, I think.
I don't think I've not seen The Favourite.
And
The
You
Lobster.
haven't seen The Favourite?
And The Lobster.
What am I talking about?
The Lobster. Have you seen The Lobster?
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
I've never even heard of that. I thought you was taking the piss.
No, it's right. It's right up your street, genuinely.
No, I didn't even know. You
Oh my god.
brought that
Yeah,
to my
and-
attention now.
And The Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Mm-hmm.
I do like that one.
Yeah, that's a Lanthimos film as well.
Is that the one with Saltburn Boy?
Yes,
Yeah.
my
Yes.
boy.
What have you got for your number 3?
Then I have Mulholland Drive. Oh my god.
Haven't seen it.
We haven't seen Mulholland.
Oh
But
my
maybe we
gosh,
should.
guys. Maybe you should. Oh,
We should watch. I think out of all the guests that come on, we should watch one of their top 4.
Oh, that's a good idea.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we should.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, I
it's
think it
And it's
definitely
not the
has to be
Lighthouse.
Mulholland Drive.
okay. Yeah. It's David Lynch, though, right?
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah. Okay. He was on. No, we watched that documentary, and the bit came up, and then watched it, and then we were like, "Yep, that's great."
enough.
Like what?
And number 4.
And number 4, I have Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Hmm
You love that film,
That
don't
is a
you?
masterpiece of a film, though. Absolutely. Good
That is
choices.
insane, yeah. So you can get a little bit of the weird vibes I have going on.
We can sort of gauge the person from the top
Yeah.
4, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you haven't picked any of your top 4 to talk about today.
No.
And it's a very interesting choice for us personally as well. We'll talk about it.
Mhm.
But you've picked Heathers to talk about in this episode. The 1989
Yeah.
movie. Yeah.
Not the musical.
Not
Yeah.
the musical.
Not the musical, no.
Why did you pick Heathers?
First of all, I love Winona Ryder. She was my first crush. Her and Christina Ricci are like, oh, special place in my heart. I don't know, it's one of those cult classics that you find one day and then I couldn't stop thinking about it. It's the dark humor for me. All the slang that they have from the 80s is so much fun. Yeah, just a very silly little horror. I really enjoyed it.
Because I hadn't seen it at all until I think last
year.
But
Oh, really?
But our experience for it was a little bit different.
Well, not mine, but James's. So I begged and begged and begged to go and see the musical. And eventually, because it toured, eventually he was like, yeah, I'll get tickets. He watched it, and then it got to, don't want to spoiler alert, it got to drinking the blue liquid.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what is this story? It's so good. And then you just became obsessed with it, didn't you?
Bear in mind, I didn't know anything about it. So I went
Okay.
completely blind. And then I was like, oh, murder. Okay, murder. Good.
So you loved the musical, then you searched the film, and then you enjoyed that as well. So your love is born.
So I'm new to this fan base. Thank you for having me. But you're a fan of Heathers. You've seen it a few times.
I got obsessed with it during the lockdown. It came on streaming and I thought, I'm going to give it a watch. I'll see what it's all about. And was like, oh, this is so good.
Let's talk about Heathers.
Let's go.
1989. I think politically, it's quite an uneven era.
Yes.
Am I right in that? You're a history buff?
Yes.
But in the 80s were a time where films about high school were everywhere. Is this your favorite of that bunch? Like, for instance, like Ferris Bueller, Breakfast Club, and things like that.
Yeah, I do love Breakfast Club. Definitely my favorite is there's no high school per se, but it's more about the holidays, the Lost Boys.
Oh, I love the Lost Boys.
Obsessed with the Lost Boys. Yeah, anything 80, it just has another vibe, another tone on the film. You can see the grain in the pictures. You can see the smoke everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that vibe.
One thing I will say, I think we should probably get this out of the way now. The costume for this film is on point. I know on this podcast we like to talk about costume.
We do. I love the costume and the hair in this. You've already said that whoever did Winona Ryder's hair deserves an Oscar.
She deserves a medal for that hairstyle. Is it? You said you had a crush on Winona Ryder before. Is it because of this film, or is it the like Edward Scissorhands and Beetlejuice and stuff, or is it this one?
I think I saw Beetlejuice first, and it was more like an empathy, you know. Like I saw like myself a little bit in that weird dark child.
Yeah.
And then I started to watch more films with her, and yeah, I just think she's just brilliant.
I've not always been a Winona fan. I have to admit. I think it's because of what people say about her in Dracula. Is she not? I've heard she's not good in Dracula.
She plays a character that she needs to play in Dracula. Mina's not a very interesting character in the book either.
Okay.
I think she does a good job.
Okay. But I haven't seen it.
Keanu Reeves, on the other hand.
Okay. Sure. But I think Stranger Things really got Winona back on the map.
Yeah.
After a
uneasy time.
Yeah. I think she was in Star Trek. She was in a Star Trek.
Were you?
She was, oh God, what's his name? Pointy ears.
Spock.
Spock's mum.
Okay.
You were Spock's mom.
Yes.
It was me. Yeah.
I would say that Winona is she's carrying this, I would say. By writing, thinking this. I don't think it's necessarily, I think there's good characters throughout, but I think it's a Winona film.
I think it's Veronica. Her character is the narrator most of the time, and she's scratching away in her diary.
I don't know anyone who can write that fast.
No.
But she's up against a certain young man who you think is in Star Wars.
Okay, so earlier
Mr. Robot.
we were talking about our favourite JD from the musicals as well, and I went, I quite like Hayden Christensen, and I was like, he's not in this.
Anytime you do something like that, my eye sort of twitches, and I'm like, she said something gold here, and I'm going to talk about it later.
Yeah, and he bullies me.
Christian Slater.
That's the one.
Christian Slater.
I don't know why I said that.
Are you a fan of Christian Slater, for one?
I don't follow him that much. Are you?
I remember seeing him in Robin Hood. He's got floppy hair again, but I can't remember who he played. Will Scarlet. He played Will Scarlet in Robin Hood. And of course, we're from Nottingham. So that was... Oh, okay, cool. But I remember seeing the pictures and stuff for this everywhere of the poster and thinking, they look like a good couple.
Yeah, they're not.
As couples go, though, on-screen couples, I would put them up there with the Macbeths and the Sweeney Todds and the Lovitts.
They've got a kind of similar dynamic, though, don't they, JD and Veronica?
Yeah. They're one of those. I would put them with the natural born killers, kind of.
Yeah.
Yes.
Toxic, but they're still together, thick and thin. Yeah.
It's a bit Joker Harley Quinn-esque.
Yeah.
That's a good segue to what I was going in here. I have a fact.
Okay.
And some research. Christian Slater was portraying his best Nicholson vibes.
Okay.
So I think I watched it the first time and I thought, I think I said to you, Christian Slater's doing a killer Jack Nicholson impression. And it turns out that was on purpose.
Oh, good for him.
I know some stuff. Then it's sort of, let's talk about the Heathers as well. The film is called Heathers. They're quite iconic.
Yeah.
If you were in school, I'm talking to you two, the ladies.
Okay.
Have you seen groups like this in your school? Are they a realistic...
Girls who think that they're Heathers, maybe.
Okay. Athie?
I have seen Heathers, yeah. I had Heathers.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
We've all we love to hate them, I think that's the kind of vibe. I remember there was some girls in my tutor when I was in secondary school, and I couldn't stand so many of them, but I was also kind of like, I wish I had hair like that. I wish I could dress like that. It's one of them, I think.
Is that what the meaning of Heather is? Like someone you wish to be? Is it part of that crowd?
Again, I think it's just something you love to hate. You're kind of a bit scared of them as well.
Okay. I don't know any Heathers. I think I had a group of them in my school, but I think even then, I'd say they were a mishmash of people.
I think it's maybe a little bit more Mean Girls, in that girls just attack each
other. Yeah, I was gonna say,
much.
I think it's more like a girl thing in those time, like trying to, control things, show who's more popular, who has the most expensive things. Everything very shallow and superficial.
It's such a shame.
Yeah.
But guys don't really seem to care so much about that. They'll go and play football, and they'll fight about something, and the next minute they're off out.
Blowing schools up. Yeah.
Yeah, they're living their best life.
Demolition derbies and things like that. We're simple folk as gentlemen. Yeah. I only ask because, is it a betrayal of American schools? Is that something that they've sort of elevated a little bit?
No, because I think you still get it even now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And my cousins had problems with girls that are a little bit like Heathers.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think it's a societal thing, isn't it? It's always who has the most influence now today, right? Like the influencers who has more followers, those would be the Heathers today, no?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
I think so.
They're sharing their Snapchat QR codes and things.
I think all of us, though, we've all got a favourite Heather out of 3. Who's your favourite one?
My favorite one, definitely the first one, Heather Chandler. I
Yes.
think it is. Yeah,
I love Heather Chandler.
Why would you say Heather Chandler is your favorite?
I think she's the mega bitch. Thing is, the meanest one is the one that, you know, has more power, and the other ones are lost without her. But then when she's gone, they manage to, you know, get back in there. But it's not.
Yeah.
It's not the same. It's kind of not the same.
Is Heather Chandler
Yeah.
your favorite as well?
Yeah, she's just unapologetic about it. She's like, yeah, I'm a bitch. You love me anyway. She just doesn't care.
Mm-hmm.
And I quite like the balls of that, to be fair.
This whole thing is a metaphor, is it not? The whole Heathers thing.
Explain.
Okay, so if there is a certain regime in place, there is someone at the top of that regime.
Oh, okay.
And then if that person goes, someone else comes in and is exactly the same. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's quite deep and I liked it.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
You took some deep meaning away from Heather's. I'm glad. I'm very pleased.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
The plot of the film is it's a bit well, I say it's a bit original.
I think so.
Do you think it could be made today?
No, maybe some adjustments, but I don't. One of the things they say is like so dark sometimes. You know, talking about suicide and things like that. I think today people would be very scandalized about that, and I do like that they have that debate and they talk about it like with more. It's more natural.
I think it's not as I think it was a bit more taboo to talk about it back then. Maybe like mental health. That's a big thing.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of red flags to kind of go across now, because when you kind of think about shows now, like nowadays that try and tackle that sort of thing, you know, like 13 Reasons Why, stuff like that. A lot of that got censored, didn't it? And they had to show like messages before episodes, so people weren't trying to emulate what characters were doing. Yeah.
Oh shit. So, but there's that on one hand, and then on the other hand, it's causing chaos in a school, which America is famously very good at. I just don't think. I think it caught it at exactly the right time.
Yeah.
This film, I think you couldn't do it today.
Was this a hit at the time though?
I don't think so. I think it's gone a bit cult status.
Yeah.
I'm there for that.
Yeah, I doubt it was. I have no idea, but I don't think it was.
But no fault of anyone. I think it's found an audience, and then obviously it's found a newer audience with the
musical.
musical. It's the theatre kids. They're terrible.
You were one of them.
I am one of them.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. There's a few. I'm trying not to slip into musical because I'm like.
Yeah, just as an FYI, we watched part of the musical just now before coming upstairs to film this. So yeah,
which was a very bad idea because I just thought that's all I'm going to be thinking about now, and it is. That's happened. My nightmares have become a reality.
I watched it for the first time today.
Oh, did you like it?
Yeah, I was enjoying it. I think it was very catchy. It was very funny. I liked it. I would like to experience it though. It's not the same watching it at home. Like I would love to go when they come back to Manchester.
I think it will be touring after
its a little run in London. Yeah.
London. So hopefully you catch it because we can't recommend it enough. And that comes as someone who's seen it only because of you.
Yes. It used to take the mick out of me because there's so many TikTok videos of people like doing the movements to dances. And he was like, oh, I don't want to watch this. You were stropping all day, weren't you?
I was not in a good mood.
And you did it.
and then that girl drank that liquid and died. And then my world changed forever.
It did.
Yeah. What is the plot of this film?
Well, we have the group of friends in high school, right? Then, well, one of them, Veronica.
Yeah, the lead, Winona, yeah.
She's just tired of pretending that she wants to fit in.
And then it really takes a turn. I do like this goes a bit surreal sometimes as well. Does it more in the musical, but does it towards the end of this?
Yeah.
Where it's a bit like, okay, we're just going to do it for the sake of doing it. The bit with the glasses and the funerals and stuff like this.
Yeah.
I think that's just so weird. But I'm there for it.
I'm there for it. But Veronica meets the bad boy in school who's just transferred over, Mr. JD.
What's it short for?
Oh, Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels.
I don't know.
he is the sort of person who would be by himself at the lunch. We've seen a JD like in our sort of schools, haven't we?
Was it not you?
Well, I can't possibly comment.
You weren't that cool.
If I didn't know one, then it definitely was me. No. Athie, are you any JDs in your school?
No, people were not that cool.
Yeah. Do you think he is cool?
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah?
Because
Yeah.
in this scene, he's standing up to the jocks
Yeah.
who are kind of
Yeah.
terrorizing everybody. So that instantly makes him cool because I think we all know the kind of jock guys at school that would take the piss, that was silly.
hmm
We wanted to see them get their just desserts. However, he goes about it in a very extreme way.
And he has this aura of mystery, right? Like you don't know where he's come from. You don't know anything about his past. We're in a school that everyone knows each other since they were children. So it has that thing as well.
He has got the edge. I'll give you
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he brings a gun into school. Again, something this is why I think this could only be made in the 80s.
Yeah.
And stands up to the jocks. Good times for all. He's not kicked out of school.
No.
No. Which really it would have been.
There's no consequences to actions here.
This is a terrible school to be in. It was filmed in a real school as well.
Yeah.
So like I imagine they would have done it on their off period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't be doing that. He doesn't shoot them, he sort of wounds them. He has
blanks, I think.
blanks,
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just like got a week off or something. He's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just like suspended for a little bit. It's like, oh, slap on the wrist, off you go.
Is there something about a bad boy that people like?
Yeah, we all think we can change a bad boy.
I would say yeah, but it wears off quickly.
Oh God, yeah. I think definitely if that bad boy does worse things progressively, yeah. There's a big party. The Heathers are going there with Veronica. And I think parties were a place where you could make a name for yourself at school. I mean, not me. I was.
This isn't
It's a university party.
Yeah, you're thinking of the musical again there, James. It's not the big fun musical number that you're expecting. This is a uni party. They're the young, really
They're
young
horrible.
girls.
They are 15 and a uni party with these pedos, basically just trying to have sex with them.
There's a bit of a dark edge.
Horrible.
This whole thing, though, I think.
Yeah. So the Heathers themselves are actually victims in their own way.
I was going to say that about Heather Chandler. She's the leader of the Heathers. One would argue.
Yeah.
But there's a bit in it where she's in the bathroom after doing something with a guy
At the university, yeah.
Yeah, and she shows a bit of vulnerability. And in that moment, and in probably that moment alone, I felt really sorry for her.
Yeah, because obviously it's quite mean, really.
It's not pleasant.
No. You're kind of coerced in something you don't want to do.
Yeah, but we move. But Veronica sort of doesn't make a fool of herself, but she drinks a bit too much and is instantly kicked out of the Heathers. And the Heathers have such a power where they go, okay, we can ruin you in any school. You will not be invited anywhere.
Yeah, you've embarrassed me at this university party. Everyone's going to be talking about it.
Yeah, and this was a big deal. I think it was a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she had to earn her way back.
Yeah, but JD again rocks up and goes, also, you can't just climb in someone's window. That's red flag.
How'd he know where she lived? Has he been stalking her?
Yeah.
So many questions and no answers in this film.
Yeah.
But I think as well, like there's a bit where one of the Heathers, I forget which one, the other one, the green one? Duke. Heather Duke comes in, like just walks into Veronica's house earlier in the film. And I'm thinking, you've got a knock.
You can't just let yourself in.
That's insane. The 80s were weird. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't text anyone, so you just have to show up, I guess.
Yeah. But I guess you could just walk in and have dinner with everyone's family.
You're like, hello.
Yeah, I do that with your family, don't I?
Yeah, you do. You just go, hello.
And you know what? They never turn me away.
No.
So, JD and Veronica, they fall in love. La 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 la. Good old times, naughty times. Then, do you think JD has Veronica around his little finger from that moment?
I think she's doubting at the beginning. But also, she trusts him enough to lose her virginity with him.
Mm-hmm.
She literally told him, "Oh, you are my first."
Yeah. First love, I guess.
Yeah.
We know it is.
Yeah.
And you get infatuated with your first love.
You sort of get their personality a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
No, well, about that.
Uh-oh. Anyway, so they go to, again, they just walk into Heather Chandler's house. This is so weird. I'd say that's the weirdest bit of the film.
Yeah, it is.
After the university party, the fixer-upper hangover cure. Now, I wasn't expecting this first time, but had you obviously you've seen just the film, Athie, is that right?
Yeah, I not seen the musical.
Yeah. So had you seen the film first as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know what was going to happen?
You get an
No.
idea of what he's trying to do,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't think they were actually going to go there.
Yeah. I think it's really good when he puts obviously he puts bleach in the thing. Give her this. This is a good hangover cure. She won't have a hangover anymore. Technically, he's right.
I'm more surprised, if anything, is when they actually try to give her the drink. Bearing in mind, she's in her bedroom. This random ex-friend of hers has just walked in with her creepy boyfriend who pulled out a gun at school. If they came to me and asked me to drink a drink because I'm chicken, I'd be like, you can take that shit back. I'm not drinking that crap.
But you do drink blue stuff.
I do. I like an ice blast. Yeah. If they came in with an ice blast, I'd be fucked.
And then she drinks it. She falls through the table. She's done. She's donezo.
Mm-hmm.
She's gone.
Good stunt work falling through that table as well, though.
Yeah.
Love me some stunt work. From that moment, though, the film does change, I think, into a bit more of a, not a whodunit, like we know who done it, but it goes a bit, it really turns up the darkness in it.
Yeah.
In terms of because they do something to sort of clear their name.
Yeah, she forges a suicide note, right?
Mm-hmm.
They write it together. There's this thing between them, that chemistry, you know. You can tell that they are like enjoying it.
Yeah.
I think she does enjoy it a bit.
I think
And
she
it's
yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a foreplay thing as well, because later on you see that they always have sex after killing someone.
Oh God, they do, don't
They
they?
do, yeah.
Oh, a snuff movie.
I think she's maybe impressing him a little bit as well. I think she's enjoying it just as much as JD is.
I
Yep.
agree. Yeah. So her hands aren't clean in this at all.
No.
She doesn't do any of. I think she does one of the killings later. Yeah, she shoots one of the jocks.
But she doesn't know she's gonna.
Yeah, she misses the shot, but I think she
gets him when he comes back around.
Mm,
Shoots
be,
with
yeah.
that. Yeah. But does that hold up in court?
No. Absolutely not.
I didn't
But
know
no
I was
one's-
gonna kill him.
No one's even investigating.
I do like. I think it's a dark comedy when the police just aren't good at their job.
Yeah.
Because there's a scene in the forest after they've killed the jocks, and the police are in their car. I think they're high. I think they're smoking weed.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, it's kind of realistic, I guess. So, but yeah, the floodgates have been opened for another killing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's do any of these characters deserve it, do you think?
Nah. They're just
they're-
silly. They're
Yeah,
just
they're-
silly tins.
They're just your high school bullies, but I kind of think it's something that we all secretly wish we could do to our high school bullies.
Mm-hmm.
When you're a child, you're like, yeah, I wish I'm going to get rid of them.
But
You're not going to do it because you're not
But
weird. But yeah,
I'm weird.
You are. you do it.
If I give you a blue drink, you drink blue.
I'm really scared now. See, maybe one earlier. Now I'm worried he's going to put something in it.
Too late.
Ah.
Yeah, and they say the person who's more likely to kill you is your husband. So careful there.
Everyone, if anything happens to me, it was James.
Oh no! Well, I'm gonna edit that out.
Oh no! Do you need to tell people what I told you today? Spread the news.
Spread the news. So Heather Chandler's dead.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a big old mourn. Time for a mourn collectively as a school.
Together.
Yeah. Which is a bit weird. They passed this suicide note around the Heather's school.
Around the class, yeah.
Yeah. And it's become a bit of an essay
Yeah.
because of JD and Veronica's handiwork, which is ridiculous. But it's done the opposite of what they wanted it to achieve, essentially.
Yeah, she's become a bit of a rock star because of it.
Yeah, she's more popular now than she ever has been. Good times for Heather Chandler.
Well, she's gone from being the bully now to the kind of tortured poet kind of character. So people are like, oh, I hated her, but oh my God, now I love her even more. So, yeah.
Yeah, she was
Yeah, it's like, oh, we didn't know what she was going through.
Yeah.
You know, maybe that's why she was a bitch.
Yeah.
It's still, at this point in the podcast, we should probably say it's very important to talk about your feelings.
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, sure. Then we move on to the jocks. Now, the jocks in this, they have Grease syndrome, I think, where they are played by 45-year-old men.
It adds to the magic.
It adds to the magic.
Yeah, it's just Grease all over again.
He has a mortgage. He's clearly older than everyone else. One of them is, anyway.
Yeah.
One of them sort of gets away with it.
But the other one's married dad of two, isn't he?
He's a father of three.
Yeah.
But the jocks are being jocks. They're a bit. I think they're playing them up a little bit. A bit more stereotypical jock banter. Am I right in thinking so?
But in which context? Like in what scene?
I think, well, there's a scene in the cow field where there's a very good cutaway where it's like, oh, they're not going to take us to the field with the cows and just go there again. And then it cuts away, they're in the cow.
And they're in the cow tipping. Yeah.
Which is followed by a very uncomfortable scene. Yeah. But I think they're played dumb. What's the sport they play? American football stars, top of their class.
Yeah.
A bit of a cliche.
Yeah, it's a walking cliche.
Yeah, big time, yeah.
But they look more like, they still look innocent. You just kind of feel sorry for them because they're so dumb.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Maybe they are a bit too dumb to really do any harm.
Especially when they're knocking the cows over as well, and the girls are just like,
yeah,
really?
There's a scene where I think it's after the funeral where one of the geeks, I'm air quoting big time geeks, walks past and they start like having a go at them.
Yeah.
But the geeks are the sharper with their words, and I think their insults land a bit more with them and these are just like, okay, we'll just beat them up then. And even then the geeks don't cave.
No.
And I like that.
I think that sort of attitude only gets you so far in life.
Yeah. What, being a bully?
Yeah, because eventually you're going to need a job.
Well,
I like that. Eventually that should be a catch line on everything. Don't be a bully, because eventually you're going to need a job.
I think it's fine for the one that's a father of three.
Yeah, he's already got a job.
He's sorted.
As we said before, with the regime change, there's a slight one here with the Heathers, the inner politics of that. And I forget which one takes over. Duke. She's green.
She's green.
Right. Okay, cool.
She's like the Gretchen Wieners of Mean Girls, isn't she?
Which one's Gretchen?
The one whose hair's so big, it's full of secrets.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
She kind of she likes to serve a queen bee, but actually she'd really like to be the queen bee herself.
It doesn't really go to plan for her, though. Heather Duke. She's not as on top of things as she thinks she'd like to be. For that role entitles.
Yeah, it's more like a wannabe trying to be Heather C. But
yeah.
It turns out as well that Heather C was doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, sort of keeping everyone chill.
Everyone down, yeah.
Yeah. It's very good political satire. In a school with a 45-year-old man.
You're not gonna let that go, are you?
I can't. I don't think in the Grease episode, I think that's all we ever talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time for the jocks to go.
Yeah. I've done 2 bits of research for this. One was from before, I've mentioned that one. Ik Lug, the bullets, Ik Lug translates as I lie.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
I can Google things.
Well done.
There's a Heather's Wiki. Genuinely.
The fact that you know that is really concerning.
I'm a subscriber to their newsletter. even though I don't know which one's which. Heather, green, yellow, red.
Well, Red's dead, so you're not going to get
Well,
much
it's
of
fine then, yeah.
from hers, yeah.
Veronica, yeah, good. I think there's a time in the 80s where it went a bit, just in movies in general, where it went a bit splatter heavy in terms of death scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can think of an example off the top of our heads, but this one keeps it nice and chill in the deaths of the two jocks.
It's quite sad though when when the two jocks get killed, because it's like they're so dumb.
You said before,
And they made the chase,
Yeah.
they chase down like prey. It's horrible.
yeah.
It's a bit like a Benny Hill moment though, when
Yeah,
he's chasing them.
in their pants.
Yeah. Oh, bless them. They're going to leave JD and Veronica are going to leave a suicide note again. A big old lie again, the fabricated, as in these two jocks have been in love with each other this whole time. That's cute.
Yeah, and they were basically the way that they've been treating girls around the school and everything. They've just been overcompensating because actually they love each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And we have the policeman coming to find the note.
Yeah.
I find that part hilarious. They're so dumb as well.
I think the only smart people in this is probably JD and Veronica.
Mm-hmm.
It's like throughout.
I'm not gonna lie, the funeral scene for the jocks is my favourite scene in this film.
Really?
We get the famous line,
Okay.
"I love my dead gay son."
That is quite an iconic line. I think there's quite a few good lines in this though.
Name one.
Well, fuck me gently with a chainsaw.
Beautiful.
Oh yes.
I think what's your favourite line in this? So
Very. He's
Yeah.
very.
When we went to see the Heathers musical, there were people walking around with that on a t-shirt, and me being a bit of a grammar Nazi, I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
Until you watched it and he was like, I need to get things.
Yeah, I think I've got it tattooed on me somewhere now. I like how they're in the wake in the caskets, but they've got the American football
The
helmet.
football helmets on, yeah.
The helmet's on, yeah.
And like, we're still in uniform.
That's so dumb. A shout out to the guy. I don't know his name, but the priest in
Mhm.
this. He's Otho in Beetlejuice.
Oh yeah. He
Oh.
finds the recently deceased book.
Yeah, the medium in Beetlejuice.
Okay, yeah, I'm really bad with faces.
I like seeing you crock up. I think he came up in Adam's Family, and I was like, yeah, there he is.
There he is.
Yeah, cool. JD and Veronica. At this point, do you think Veronica is still enjoying the murders, or do you think she's sort of going, okay, this isn't for me now?
Well, he lied to her. It's the
Mhm.
white lie with the bullets. Oh, they're just gonna have a little sleep. It's not gonna be a big thing. And like he says to her, like she wanted to believe that, but deep down she knows he's dangerous. That can't keep going on. And she's like, okay, I'm done. I'm gonna teach him a lesson.
Hmm. Yeah, but I think he's got the upper hand through most of it, though.
Mm-hmm.
I think because he goes a bit full on Nicholson now.
Yeah, so she dumps his ass.
Hmm.
And he doesn't like that.
That was a direct quote from Coraline's dad, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Great. So yeah, he's got ways of pulling the strings behind the scenes as well. Because I think Heather Duke, who's now in charge,
Yeah.
thank you, Green,
Yeah.
is used to be friends with Martha Dumptruck,
Mm-hmm.
Martha Dunstock, and we got friends of them being friends, photos of them being friends,
Mm-hmm.
and says this could ruin you unless.
You make everybody sign this petition. So we get weird scenes in the start of this film of Heather Chandler going around the canteen at school, like asking people really odd questions.
Yeah. What was the question? What would you do if you win the lottery?
Mhm.
And that same day, the aliens come to Earth and they say they're going to destroy the planet in 2 days.
Yeah, what would you do in that time? What would you do in that time?
What would I do?
Yeah.
Maybe just travel and have a lot of food. Have a lot of pizza.
Yeah.
Go to Italy. Just enjoy. Just have fun with
Excellent.
it before it ends.
That's a good way to go. Pizza, full of pizza. Yeah. What about you?
Being full of pizza is not a problem. I quite like the idea of that, but that's me every other day.
Mm-hmm. If you won the lottery, though,
Mm-hmm.
what, and the world's going to end in like 2 days, what are you going to do?
I really don't know.
You're just going to veg out, aren't you? You don't have to go to work.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm not coming to work, bitches. Yeah.
I'd still get called into work.
Yeah, you'd still go as well. You'd be like, okay.
Okay, those DVDs aren't going to sort themselves out.
You should just buy
What
them.
you would do, James?
What's the most expensive thing I can buy?
You would buy fucking Lego.
I would buy Lego and I would build it, the Falcon. I'd build the Lego Millennium Falcon in those 2 days.
So I wouldn't see James.
Oh, that's a good
in
one.
2 days.
Yeah.
I wouldn't see him. It'd be like, the world ends in 2 days. You're going to see your husband's beak. No, I'm not actually. He's building the Millennium Falcon.
And if I haven't finished that Falcon in that time,
The world can wait until you have.
yeah, those aliens are going to have to wait a little bit longer because I know who I am.
I'm not allowed to play with Lego in this house.
Why not? So
He said-
selfish.
He says,
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. However, if I share something and it is then dropped, that is not being very caring.
I'll pick it back up.
It's very hard when it's Lego and it's the small pieces. Look after Jade, look after the small pieces, and you just went bleh. Drop them everywhere.
On the note, I did not just go bleh. I went like this, and they went everywhere.
You open the packet up and then you just, in slow motion. Well, we're talking about Heathers.
Yes, so basically, Mr. JD has got Heather Duke going around the school with a questionnaire, basically. We don't know what's on that until later on.
Mm-hmm. He's a naughty boy.
He is.
It's interesting his relationship with his father as well.
Mm-hmm.
We should probably drop that in there.
Mm-hmm.
I think his father is a demolitions expert, which is a thing.
Actually, do?
Yeah, and he moves around the country doing different jobs.
Are they just like blowing up different buildings?
They make it out like it's crooked in some way, that he's up to no good.
The story of JD's mum, I'm under the impression that is a fake story.
I'm not too sure because JD lies so many times. He could be telling the truth, but he also might not.
Yeah.
But for someone to be that twisted and weird, something bad must have happened to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe a word he says.
I believe some things though. Is that weird? Does that reflect badly on me?
Yes.
Oh, am I going to kill 2 jock people?
Yes.
Oh, igloo means lie. I googled it today.
It did. Well, it all connects.
It all connects.
Maybe because I met so many people like him,
Oh, okay. We've entered the counselling portion of this podcast. So tell us, how did that make you feel? But I think we've all known someone like it.
Yeah.
Who's a pathological liar.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Or he could be telling the truth. I'm just devil's advocating.
Nah.
Ah, he's lying. Okay. He ain't going to jail. He should be in jail.
Yes.
Okay, just thought we should drop that in there.
So everyone signs the petition.
Yes. I think they're led under false pretenses as to what this petition actually is.
So many silly things. One of them, I think it was to put a jacuzzi in the cafeteria.
I'd go to that school. If there was we've established that everyone eats pizza here. So pizza, jacuzzi. That's what I'd do with my $5 million.
I'd be in a jacuzzi, but I wouldn't share it with anyone.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah, but right, completely segueing off. I remember going to the jacuzzi at my old gym for the first time.
Oh.
And I basically sat in there with loads of old men, and I felt like we're all sharing the same bath.
Testicle tea, yeah.
Yeah, and I thought, you know what, I can't do this. I can't. Then one of them went, "Oh, I know your mum." I thought, yeah, I'm getting out.
Oh,
No.
who's that man?
It's like a nightmare.
He did some building work in the NHS when she worked, and I was like, what the hell? That was like 5 years ago. As if he recognised me through that. So weird. I don't want to know how.
Do you look like your mum?
No. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a weird
Sorry,
thing.
guys. That was a really weird thing to say, but here you go.
I think we should drill down into that. That's a podcast episode in its own, I think.
You said we were at the counselling point of the podcast.
Yeah,
Is
we
this
are still
what
there.
you got?
If anyone listening, if you want some free counselling, we are not trained. But this petition is essentially it's a lie. Again, that says we, the undersigned, would like to not be here anymore.
Yeah, it's a suicide note.
It's a group suicide. Big thing in the 80s, I'd argue. No.
Probably more in the 70s, no?
The
With
cult
all
stuff, yeah.
the cult, like, mass suicide things.
Everyone's going to drink the Kool-Aid.
It is also based on a real life crime problem at one point. I think there was a town in America where one person committed suicide, a teen, and then it sparked others to all start doing the same. It was seen as a proper epidemic.
Really?
Yeah.
So the song that they make in this is like, "Don't kill yourself. That's bad."
Yeah.
I think something like that would happen in an epidemic like that.
Yeah, it's a genuine thing. I know because I watched a documentary.
What was that called?
Suicide people. I don't know.
And you can watch Suicide People and
I know all good streaming services.
I'm watching tonight.
yeah, we're going to watch Suicide People. Sad times.
But basically, Veronica knows she's in danger now because JD has gone cray-cray.
I think he goes cray-cray quite quickly.
Yeah, he just snaps, doesn't he?
Maybe these people, these liars and murderers, they just run with it.
So she thinks, oh, he's coming for me now. So I need to be one step ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Tables have turned.
Tables do be turning. So, in fashion of everyone else in this school, she hangs herself.
Mm.
And I obviously, because I saw when we saw the musical, I didn't know anything about it. I thought she was dead. I was shook.
Yeah.
Yep. I thought we were gonna wrap up on a really sad note.
Yeah.
That's not the case. She's lying now. Everyone in this film. Apart from
Well, she's been lying the whole time.
yeah. Oh god, yeah, because like she's killed 2 people.
And they're both getting away with murder.
Yeah.
Many times.
Yeah.
No one cares in this town.
It's weird that their reactions as well aren't causing suspicion.
Mm-hmm.
There's a scene where the teacher goes, "Oh, this is really sad what happened to Heather Chandler." And then Veronica's just sat there laughing.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what a murderer would do.
Yeah.
Suspect number 1, but everyone's an idiot. We've established that.
Yes.
Yes.
So Veronica hasn't actually killed herself though.
No, she is just lied, so JD thinks she's dead. And then her parents walk in, and she's just like, I was just practicing, I didn't mean it. Like, because that's normal.
You know what isn't normal? The mother's reaction to finding her daughter hanging.
Yeah.
She sort of goes, I wouldn't have done this, and I wouldn't. She starts monologuing. I was like, now's not the time. No one reacts as a human would.
How would a human react?
Speaking as a human, I can say thank you. I'd probably scream my tits off. That's probably what I'd do.
Yeah. Or be in shock or something. Just to monologue by yourself is a bit weird.
Yeah. But Veronica's now got the upper hand. It's a game of cat and mouse, and the cat wants to blow the school up.
Yes.
Right. So
there's a big pep rally at the school.
Mm-hmm. I like a pep rally in a movie. I think it's up there with the High School Musical stuff.
So everyone is at the gym,
Mm-hmm.
celebrating, dancing.
Yeah. What are they celebrating again? The fact that they're potentially going to have a jacuzzi in the cafeteria.
No, it's like school spirit, isn't it? That they're doing America. Before like a game.
Yeah. Like a pre-season thing.
Yeah.
But underneath the school, it's all kicking off.
Yeah.
So JD, Veronica, cat and mouse. Well, JD's planting bombs.
Mm-hmm.
This is pre-Columbine.
Yes.
Again, I think this film would not even be touched. I don't even think they show it on TV anymore.
Wasn't this a TV show though? Wasn't this remade? Because I think they gender bend some of the Heathers.
Oh yeah, no, you are right. It is.
Because one of them, they've used an actor that I can really quite like. Brendan Scannell, who plays Heather Duke. I quite like him.
Where is that?
I think they made it for a TV show. Is it for Paramount?
It's for Paramount.
It's not My Heathers though. It's not the same.
It didn't do well. I think
What year was that made?
That was made 2018. So
okay.
It's only PG as well.
No. It's not the same story then.
Yeah. There's quite a lot of when you see when they see the pictures and it's just like, okay, well, they're ripping that straight from the film. For instance, the bit with the glasses was there. Feels cheap.
Yeah, it had a cheap vibe to it. So yeah, and they have attempted to look at it again in more recent years, but I don't think they'll try. Because I said to you, because obviously we've just had the Mean Girls musical brought to film. Do you think we might see the Heathers musical brought to film?
I think it could be fun. Not seen the Mean Girls one.
No.
You are more experts in the musical genre than me.
What do you think?
I liked it, but it's universally seen as not being very good, which is
Oh, you're talking Mean Girls?
yeah.
It sucked. It was not a good. It was not a good movie.
But Heathers would need to stay gritty, I think, in order to be just as good.
But saying that, things like Little Shop was a PG, and Little Shop's
Gory, isn't it?
gory. So
Yeah.
Who knows? But yeah, Mr. JD with his bombs in the school.
yeah, Dad, I'm stealing your bombs. Plant them under the skull. Okay, son.
How did they not know we were doing that in the basement?
Again, this is a place we've established. This is a universe where everyone keeps their doors open, so you can just walk in.
With all your equipment and all your wires.
He does have a bag.
I thought you'd need a bit more than that.
You keep it under your back, under your shirt. Or
Like,
something.
hey, it's carrying it around. Yeah, it's a big alarm clock. I'm thinking like a Looney Tunes thing. Like, hey.
Oh, okay. You think you got him from the Acme Corporation?
Yeah.
Yeah, but also it was 1989, right? They didn't have these things that they have in American schools today, the metal detectors and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Anyway,
Now you go to school in the United States, it's like going into an airport.
Oh, yeah. They check everything now, don't they? Your bags.
I'd say it's worse than going into an airport now. Yeah.
How do you know? You've not been in an airport in years.
I've not been to an American school for a while, but there we go. Touche.
Touche. Impressed.
If you were to, I don't think you could update it. I think that's where the TV show potentially failed, because this film is not a mirror as society now. Society is how it was in the 80s. So bringing it up to speed.
You'd have to bring in social media and all that sort of stuff, and I feel like that makes it.
Well, ages it.
Yeah, I think it's better off being a period piece.
Yes. So Veronica, she's spotted JD in the boiler room. I instantly thought Freddy Krueger with that. I think that's on me.
He likes to hang around in boiler rooms.
That's where he lives. That's a crossover I'd watch.
Jason Freddie and JD.
Freddie and JD, yeah. Maybe that's what J stands for. Jace. It is. His name's Jason Dean.
So not Jack Daniels.
It's not Jack Daniels.
Ah.
It's sad that we're probably about an hour into this episode now, and we've just established what mistakes were made.
Yeah.
So, how do you like a good fight scene, Athie?
Sometimes I do.
How do you think this one fared?
This one I don't think is very fair. She already showed her gun skills before. She's not very good.
She's not a terrible shot though.
No.
I mean,
oh yeah, at the end, kind of got there.
when she
got something.
They beat the crap out of each other, and I love that.
They really do. It's proper like bitch fight, isn't it?
I think he knees her in the head.
He really does. It's quite grim, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, but it's true love, so it's fine. No, I think red flags all over.
Because in the end, I think he does the right thing by letting her get away.
Yeah. Oh, with the bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. He goes a bit horror villain-esque here because he gets shot twice, and he's still he's up again.
He keeps going, yeah.
So he is like Jason.
He is Jason.
So, obviously, the bombs don't go off in the school, but JD decides, oh, you know what? I'm going to get some fresh air, take it outside. And what's his goal there?
He just self-destructs in every way, shape, and form, I think.
Yeah. Vibe.
Yeah.
Go off. I always remember seeing the picture of Winona Ryder with the cigarette in her mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like
so cool.
It's so cool, right? And I saw that before I'd seen the film, and I thought, oh, and I put two together, and I thought that's badass. I think she is quite badass in this.
She is quite badass, yeah. She's a bad person still, but she's badass.
Oh, she's rotten to the core, but she's she has a bit of a redemption.
Yeah. I love that he says, what are you gonna do with your life now that you're dead?
Yeah.
So it always made me think, maybe she died in that boiler room?
Oh, and you think the rest of it plays out like a dream?
Could be.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just like to twist things.
That's quite cool, though.
When they were writing it, they did write some alternative endings. And one of them was, they blow the school up, and then they go to a big prom in heaven.
Okay.
Oh my.
But I think they would sort of went, we haven't got the budget for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a cheapness to this film, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. in terms of like budget and stuff like that. Obviously filmed in a real school, gives it some weight.
Mhm.
But yeah, Veronica makes friends with Martha Dunstock, and credits play out.
Yep.
I have a question for you now, Athie. It's a very important one. Probably the most important question of all
You
time.
know it's coming.
Shoot me.
Do you think Heathers is better than Space Jam?
Yes.
Oh, okay. We've got it. Okay. Why do you think that?
Did I win?
You've won. We can now publish this episode. I think anyone who says no, we just go, okay, fine. Why do you think that?
They're very close to each other, I would say, because they're both like instant cult classics.
Yes, but I'd say this is more of a cult classic. Space Jam
Definitely.
always got a place.
It's darker. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Space Jam like got to a lot of people. It was very popular.
Jade, I have a question for you now.
Oh.
Is Heathers better than Space Jam?
Yes.
Yeah.
James.
Yeah.
Is this movie better than Space Jam?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. 3 for 3. Great. It is a banger though, isn't it?
It really is. And I can't believe you've been so late to the party.
I'm at the party now, and the party's still going.
It is.
I would be interested to see what you think about the musical, though, Athie.
Yeah, I'll let you know when I finish the musical.
I think it takes a few creative liberties.
Yeah.
There's some bits that are sort of, like missing and some bits that are added. But all in all, I think the musical is better.
That's a big statement.
I am who I am. Would you say that?
I actually agree.
Yeah.
Not necessarily because I think some of the songs are boring and get on my nerves a little bit. But I think story-wise, it's quite good.
It's quite tight.
We get a bit more of a backstory to Martha that we don't usually get in any of the others.
Yeah. She actually says something, which is quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. We'd love
definitely checking that out.
Oh, yeah, that should absolutely be on top of your watch list now. I think we've got Lighthouse on ours now.
We haven't. We've got Mulholland Drive. So trying to put Lighthouse in there.
I might just squeeze Lighthouse in just as a warm up.
You never heard to watch the Lighthouse.
Mad Max is what we're doing.
Mad
Max Marathon.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. But Athie, thank you so much for coming on to this this weird podcast that we do.
Thank you for having me. It was so much fun. Thank you for
choosing such a banger as well. Like straight out the gate.
Yeah, and it's nice to have another girl on here to help me bully James.
Yes. Poor James.
Well, joke's on you because actually, no.
Yeah.
I've got nothing. I got nothing.
That was very well put there, James.
Thank you.
Excellent.
So next week it's Alien versus Predator. Are you joining me for that one?
No.
Have you seen Alien versus Predator, I think?
No, in a long time.
Do you think it's better than Space Jam, though?
I know Predator is.
Okay.
Not sure about Alien versus Predator, though.
Okay.
The reason I say no is because I've not seen it. So
you haven't seen it?
I can only watch one group of films in one weekend.
Yeah. But the next episode is Alien versus Predator.
Okay, so I'll leave you to Alien by yourself with that.
Okay. But it's not very good. It's not better than Space Jam.
Okay.
I'm not looking forward to that one.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Yeah. But I'll just tell the guests in that episode that Athie doesn't like it.
Yeah. Athie hates this one.
Yeah, just blame it on me. It's fine.
Yeah, cool. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I just feel that I've known you like for a long time, and it's still because we never like talk.
We'd love to have you on again.
Absolutely.
When you've finally watched the Heathers musical, and we've watched Mulholland Drive,
and then we'll have to talk about that one.
Yes.
Oh, that's very intense.
Yes.
Do we have the attention span for that episode?
We need to.
Okay, great. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next week for Alien vs Predator.
You will.